iOS 6 is a favorite operating system among many people, and when it runs on the iPhone 4S or iPad 2, it's an absolute joy to use. However, most of these devices have been updated to iOS 9, which is really slow and laggy to use. Not to fear, as these specific devices are capable of a complete downgrade, even on the latest iOS 9 version. You will have to jailbreak your device before downgrading, and you can do this by following my tutorial, which will be in the description below. Also, I will be using a Mac to do this, but in the future I'll probably make a Windows version. Okay, so the first step is to grab your iPhone and open up Cydia. Then go to the search bar and search OpenSSH. Then you're going to want to install it. Okay, so after OpenSSH is installed, you're going to want to head over to Settings, Wi-Fi, and then click that little I right there on your Wi-Fi network. And you're going to want to memorize this IP address right here. Okay, so once you've installed OpenSSH and you know the IP address of your device, we have to open up Terminal. I'm going to be using an application called Cathode, which is essentially exactly the same as Terminal, except it just looks cooler. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is access this file through Terminal. This file right here, in the macOS folder. And it's really easy. All I do is type this simple command. Oh, I forgot to change the directory. Okay, now we're in the folder that we need to be in. Now we have to build the custom IPSW, which is extremely crucial, obviously. So to do this, just simply type this in. I will leave a link in the description for the specific IPSW that you need. I'm going to be doing this on a 4S, on an iPhone 4S. So if you're on an iPad 2, you'll need to download a different one. And like I said, I'll leave a link in the description, yada yada yada. I recommend renaming this because when you download it, it's probably going to be like some big long name. I just renamed it to something a lot more simple. Oh, don't forget the IPSW. Now, I'm going to name what we're about to enter is basically the creation name. So I'm just going to name it custom downgrade the IPSW. And we can't forget this. I don't know what this thing is called, like a dash. I usually just call it that. We have to update the baseband. Which is a pretty important step, so don't forget that. And, oh sorry, it's basically going to go through its process of creating the custom firmware. And this usually takes around a couple minutes, so I'll see you on the other side. By the way, I recommend having iTunes open for this, so you kind of, for the future, which we'll get into of course. But in the weird case that for some reason later versions of iTunes does not work for this process, I can confirm that this version of iTunes does work, and this is iTunes 12.6.2.20, and this version of iTunes does work. Okay, so the creation of the custom firmware is done. So now we have to download the SSH blobs by simply typing Oh, I forgot the I. And make sure to put right here, put whatever you named the custom firmware. You probably named it this, but if you named it something else, then just put whatever you named it there. Oh wait, that's not right. I meant custom downgrade.ipsw. Good thing I noticed that. And it successfully got the SHSH blobs. So now we have to copy the files, 2 files to the whatever device you're wanting to copy. And those 2 files are the kloader and the pwnediBSS, or pwned, I don't know how to say that. And it's pretty simple. Oh, sorry. So you basically type in SCP, then the path, which is, we're going to do the kloader first, just for reason's sake. And now you want to type in root, and then the IP, which mine was that, and then a little 2 dot things. I don't know what to call that. I can't remember for some reason. And now it's basically, I don't know what it's doing. It's like, I think it's called keying, but I'm not sure. It does take a while the first time you SSH into the device. Oh, sometimes when I do this, I get this big error that is all scary that says I'm being hacked. But to fix this, we have to reset the parameters, I guess, by typing this. Then the IP address. And that should have reset everything. So let's try that again. Type yes. And the password is alpine. And it's done. So now we have to do the other file, which is pwnediBSS. And we just change this to pwnediBSS. Enter in the password. And we're good. So now we successfully put those files onto our device. Okay, so now we have to SSH into the device by putting the password alpine. And now we're in the phone, basically. So we have to put the phone into a state that will help us basically downgrade the phone. And to do this, we have to run kloader and pwnediBSS. And now your phone should go black if the screen is on, or nothing will happen. And like I said, you should probably you should probably open up iTunes so you know that your phone is in that state that we need it to be in. So once that's successful, reopen terminal. Now we have to run the idevicerestore. And just type in the custom downgrade. And when you press enter, your phone should look like this, or iPad, which means you're done. I hope that you were successful with your downgrade, but if you weren't, then leave a question in the comments and I'll definitely help you if you have a problem or you just simply didn't understand something that I said in the video. And if you were successful, then congratulations, you have iOS 6. If you're wondering what to do now with iOS 6, I did make a video on like if it's obsolete or not, which it kind of is, but it's still fun to use. Well, you'll see me in the next video.